Hello, and thank you so much for joining me today. So today's video training is going to cover what is a funnel and why are they important. So funnels are important for a number of reasons. You may have heard this described, instead of calling it a funnel, some people call it a customer journey. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to lead your prospective customers through a funnel, something that kind of looks like a funnel. And so I will go into more detail on, what that entails as we go through this video. But I want you to just kind of visualize a funnel. And then also, you might want to take notes or save this video somewhere because this is really going to help you as you create your lead magnet. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's start out by defining a funnel. So a marketing funnel describes your customer's journey with you, and it guides potential customers from the initial stages. This is when they first become aware of your business. So from that point where they learn about your business all the way through to the purchasing stage. And it's important to create a lead magnet and offers that will grab the attention of potential customers at each stage of the buying process. So what you want to do is you not only want to create this first lead magnet, and that this lead magnet is really going to attract your ideal customer, your potential customers, and you want to attract them to your business, and then you want them to take action. You want them to become a lead. And so once they're in your funnel, it's really important for you to lead them on a journey or through a funnel and nurture the relationship so that once they buy something from you, they'll come back again and again and buy things over and over. So in creating an amazing experience for potential customers, your business is going to win. And that's why having a lead magnet that addresses all the issues that we're talking about in this video is so important. And you want to make sure that you're creating a lead magnet, even though it's free, even though it's a freebie, you want that freebie to deliver value. And so it's very important for you to, think about these steps that we're going to go through. And the thing that you don't want to do is just throw together some, excuse me, you don't want to throw together some crappy looking stuff, because number one, people are not going to sign up. And then number two, if they sign up and you deliver something that doesn't address the issues, they will quit opening your emails. And so you want to definitely, even though you're creating a free resource, you want to devote just as much time to your free resource as you do to the things that you charge for. So you also want to think about the reasons people buy, because this is really important. You want to know where your product falls in that succession. Are people buying your products as part of their routine necessities? Maybe if you are promoting something that has to do with health and wellness, for example, if you're promoting vitamins, there are people who take vitamins every single day and they swear by their vitamins. So that would be considered, in my opinion, a routine purchase. However, it's not something that necessarily enables people to live a stable lifestyle. So if you took that vitamin away, people could still pay their mortgage, they could still buy gas, they could still buy clothing, and so that's where you have to kind of think about, what is going to motivate my ideal customer or potential ideal customer to buy my product or service. And so things that when you think about living a stable lifestyle, you think about those bread and butter purchases like groceries and, paying the mortgage, paying rent, putting gas in the car, having a stable income. All of those things help us to live a stable lifestyle. And then, because if we're living a stable lifestyle, we're able to address our needs, then that helps us to be calm and collected and happy, And so you have to think about, where your product falls. So the items that, enable us to live a stable lifestyle are things that vary based on individual needs. Some people require, really high-end solutions. So they may, spend more money for a vitamin. They may spend more money on a gym membership. They may spend more money on equipment, because living a stable lifestyle also has to do with our frame of mind, our wellness, our health. And so, a lot of people look at vitamins as a way to stay healthy no matter what stage of life they're in. Next, we have life events. So consumers celebrate the people in their lives and they give gifts. And so if you are, and think about this, we have so many events. In the run of a year, there are so many events, not just the regular national holidays, but we also have things like birthdays, anniversaries, retirement, new babies, lots of life events. My voice is really getting ready to go out here, so just kind of bear with me. But you want to think about, does your business, or does your product rather, help to celebrate, people and their life events? And if so, then this is how you might want to set up your lead magnet so that it kind of helps you to drive your business based on events. So you kind of map out the events that are coming up. And then, for example, we're in the fourth quarter of the year. So this is really kind of a busy selling season. There are lots of events that happen between now and the end of the year. So you can actually sit down and think about all those events and which events your products fit into, and then start, creating lead magnets and promotions based on those events. Next, we have psychological needs. So those are the needs for safety, social interaction, esteem, and self-actualization. So when you think about, even when you think about safety, you can even go back to some of those routine purchases. So there are things that people buy that are maybe not so routine that help them to feel more safe. There are also the things that they buy on a regular basis that help them to be safe and, calm and cool and collected and happy. So figure out where your products lie within these three basic areas. And of course, there are other reasons that people buy, but these are the big ones. And when you can kind of think about what motivates your ideal customers to buy, that will also help you in coming up with a lead magnet. So here is the buying process. Now, this is really kind of a very simple view, but as you can see, it kind of resembles a funnel. And that's why people, some people still call it a funnel. Some people call it a customer journey. Whatever you want to call it, these are the things that these are the stages that people go through. And the thing that you want to do with your lead magnet is going to get people into your funnel right here. So you can just kind of visualize your page, your listing, your page, whatever, you have people, you're driving traffic to, whatever content you have. You are driving someone to a page or a piece of content, they're going to be right here. Now, you may have people that are already aware of you, and maybe they're coming back to your site or your listing for a second or third time. But this is really it's still kind of the awareness phase, just because they have never done business with you. They don't know what it's like to do business with you. They don't know if you're a company that's, really great with customer service, or if you're just kind of, there are a lot of scams out there. There are a lot of companies that don't do what they say. And so they really don't, these people at this phase, at the awareness phase, really don't know anything about you. And so they might not be as comfortable pulling out their wallet and making a purchase, but they like what they see. So here at the very top of the funnel, the big entryway represents a large number of people that are just, going into your content. So they're landing, you got a large number of people that land on your content in the very beginning. And these people are they're going to do one of two things. When they land on your listing or they land on your site, they're either going to like what they see or they're not going to like what they see. So the people that don't like what they see, they're going to fall off right here at the very beginning. They call that a bounce. And when someone bounces, that means they didn't really find what they were looking for and they decided to go somewhere else. The people that, landed on your content or on your listing and they liked what they saw, those folks are going to hang around and they are going to go on to the next phase, which is the interest phase. So that means that they liked what they saw, they're interested in getting more information, or they want to browse around, they want to take a look because they like something, and they're going to move to the next phase. So this is the phase, the interest phase is where you want to have your lead magnet. You want that lead magnet to draw them in even further, but you want them to be able to connect with your business. And the way that people connect with a business is by either making a purchase or by providing contact information. So here is where you can ask them for their email address, or you can ask them for their phone number, based on, what you decide when it comes to your lead magnet. And so your lead magnet is going to be right in here. So then they sign up, they, provide you with an email address or a phone number or whatever, and they get your lead magnet. And so in the previous video, we talked about, autoresponders delivering the email, the autoresponders delivering the lead magnet. So this is where all that's going to happen. So then when they sign up, they hit that submit button and they get your lead magnet, one of two things is going to happen. And this is what happens in each phase of this process. And that is either they're going to like what they get, they're going to feel like you knocked their socks off and you over delivered and you exceeded their expectations. That's what they're going to get here. Or they're also, on the flip side of that, they may be like, oh, this is totally not what I was looking for. And guess what? You've automatically lost that person. So whatever you have on your landing page, and we're going to talk about landing pages later, but when you get to your landing page and you're designing that landing page, this is where the things that we're talking about right now are going to come into play. When you design that landing page and you put content on that landing page that says, this is what you're going to get, this is how it's going to help you, and this is what you need to do in order to get this lead magnet. When they get that lead magnet, you have to deliver on that promise. So the things that you outline on the landing page has to be in sync with what your ideal customer gets in that lead magnet. So if you tell someone, for example, that they're going to get a guide that shows them how to live a healthier lifestyle, and then when they get that lead magnet, you give them a page that just has a bunch of advertisements and really nothing of value that helps them to lead a healthier lifestyle, guess what they're going to do? They're going to be like, well, this person just wants to sell something. And they're going to throw it in the trash. That's usually what I do. If I sign up for a lead magnet or, a freebie or whatever, and when I get that freebie, if it's not in line with what I thought it should be, then I'm just going to delete it and I'm going to unsubscribe. And so that's what your ideal customers will do as well. And that's why it's very important for you to create a lead magnet that addresses their needs. It's not about you, it's about your potential customers. So this is where, so they sign up, they get the lead magnet, then they go through the next phase, which is consideration. So they're going to consider, did this lead magnet give me what I was looking for? And if so, they're going to be so excited, and it's going to help them to get a quick win. It's going to help them solve a problem that's been nagging at them, or it's going to give them something that makes their lives easier. So this is the consideration phase, and this is where you either pass or fail. Now, if you fail, they're going to drop off. So we have people who signed up, and as you can see, the funnel was wider this represents more people who signed up. But then in the consideration phase, the funnel is starting to narrow down again. And this is where you're going to have some people that are going to continue, and then you're going to have some people that are going to drop off. They're just going to drop off. And that is perfectly normal. So you'll have the people who you hit the nail on the head, they like what they see, they're going to continue through. So then the next phase is buyer intent. So when they get to this phase, that means they like what they see, they like your lead magnet, and so do they want to take the next step? Now, the other thing that's happening during this process is we're helping you to set up a scarcity campaign. So when they signed up for your lead magnet, they were automatically given the option to purchase your scarcity offer. And that offer was only available for a limited time. So they can decide, hey, I got the lead magnet. I like what I see. They can go back, if they still have that offer, and they can make a purchase. So that would be the first purchase that they're making with your business. And you can give them, you can give someone like 20 minutes or maybe a half an hour to make that determination as to whether they want your upsell. But there again, if you give them a crappy lead magnet, they're not going to buy your upsell. You can also do it where they have to immediately decide. So they get your lead magnet, it's free, and then you give them an immediate offer to get that scarcity offer, and you sell it for a reasonable price. I would recommend selling your scarcity offer for less than $20. And the reason I say that is because if you have a crappy lead magnet and they don't like what they get in the lead magnet, they're probably not going to like what you deliver in the scarcity offer as well. And that's why it's so important to pay attention and give thought to the kinds of lead magnets that you decide to provide. And then with your scarcity offer, you want that to be more of an upsell. So you give them one solution in your lead magnet, and then you give them that upsell that enables them to get the full picture and the details in your scarcity offer. So there's the consideration phase, and then there is the intent, the buyer intent phase. So when they buy that scarcity offer from you, if they're not happy with it, you're only having to maybe refund, $20 versus trying to charge $50 or $100 or whatever. You want this system, the scarcity offer system, to be something that, number one, is more of an exercise in how you go about building your passive income system. It's not about getting rich at this point. It's about just having, those first purchases, those first wins in your business. So think about that as well. Now, the other thing that might happen during buyer intent is that they also, maybe your ideal customer is aware of your competition. So maybe there's a product out there that's similar to yours, but it's not the same as yours. So this is where you can do a comparison. And there again, we have Thrive Suite that we use in our business. But what we try to do is we try to lead the buyer to maybe a comparison page where on one side of the page we have our solution, and on the other side of the page we have the competition and what they offer. And that way you're getting ahead and you're being proactive with what we call objections. So objections are, what are the things that will stop your ideal customer from making a purchase? What are the objections that they have to making that purchase or moving ahead? And so you want to address those in some kind of comparison that you can direct your ideal customers to. And that way you're getting ahead of the objections, you're answering their questions. And most of the time, when someone has their questions answered, they are ready to go ahead and make that purchase. Now, if they don't make a purchase during that particular time, especially if you're selling a high ticket item, then you still have the ability to follow up with them, to give them more information, to lead them back to your blog posts, to your other content on your site, and make that connection with them. So that is pretty much the buying process, and this is something that you need to think about when you're creating your lead magnet. So then next we want to look at what we are promoting. So what are we going to promote? What is this lead magnet going to do? How is it going to help our ideal customers? So who does this product help? Who does this, and this lead magnet should be, you should look at your lead magnet as a product. Even though it's free, it's still a product. So who does it help? And then are the people that would really get the most benefit from this product, are they the people that you want to work with? And if so, then you're on the right track. Does it solve a problem that helps potential customers or keeps potential customers up at night? Those are the things that people want to take immediate action on. If you have someone who is, sweating bullets because they can't afford to do whatever, whether it's paying their mortgage, put gas in the car, and we're all hearing about inflation. We're experiencing the high cost of everything. And so you may have people that need an extra, whatever number of dollars to really make ends meet. If your potential customers are staying up at night because they can't make ends meet, do you have a product that's going to help them improve their finances or bring in more money or some side hustle or something that will help them? Do you have people in your potential customer base that need to take vitamins or improve their health or exercise or eat better? Or, what is it that your ideal customer, the people who would benefit the most from your product, what is it that they need to do? What goals will you help your product, or will your product help your ideal customers reach? Specifically, how does it help them? Don't just say, oh yeah, it helps them with XYZ. You want to write down, you want to make some bullet point lists that specifically outline how your product or service helps your ideal customer. And then you also want to lay out how it's used. So what does someone have to do? Number one, what are the steps that they need to take in order to get this product? And then after they get it, what are the next steps and what do they have to do in order to use it? Is there more than one way to use your product? And if so, you need to lay those different ways out, because maybe, we call them use cases. So if your product is used in a certain way that helps customer A, and then you have another way that it can be used that helps customer B, then you want to create content for customer A and customer B, because you want to attract both of those folks to your audience. Now, when we're talking about this particular exercise and your lead magnet, you only want to focus, I would keep it as simple as possible. Focus only on one person, one use case. And that way you can kind of, go through this process a lot faster. You don't want to make it very complicated as you go through this the first time. However, as you create more of these funnels and more of these customer journeys, you can certainly focus on attracting different types of audiences based on all the different ways that you can use your product. And is your product sold all year long, or is it seasonal? Is it something that only, is only available during certain times of the year? Now, what is one problem that you can solve for your ideal customer? So here we're going to narrow down the focus. We're going to solve one problem. However, the notes that you took in the previous step are going to be used for your upsell. So even though you may have laid out a bunch of different ways to use your product, you may have more than one customer scenario that, you can help with your product. Your product may help, solve more than one problem. We're only going to focus on that one problem, the most pressing problem maybe, that your lead magnet can help your ideal customer solve. And that's going to give your ideal customer a quick win. So you want to think about, when you're creating this lead magnet, how can I help my ideal customer have a quick win? What keeps them up at night? What is going to make their lives better in some way? What helps them improve things like their finances, their health? You know, those are the main things that people focus on. You know, when it comes to having a good life, you want to have your health and you want to have, you know, good finances. You want to improve your finances. And then what helps them maybe get started. So a lead magnet is a great way to help people start thinking about something that will improve their lives, or something that will improve something. What helps them help others. So in this scenario, you might have an audience. Maybe you want to attract entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are in the business of helping people do stuff. So how can you help your entrepreneurial audience help their audience? And then what will the outcome look like if they get your solution? You want to help them to visualize what their lives are going to look like, or what their finances, for example, are going to look like, or what their wellness level is going to look like if they get your solution. What will happen if they don't get your solution? So of course you don't want to lay out any guarantees. You can't guarantee anything in life, but you certainly don't want to lay out you don't want to give people false hope. You don't want to give them a guarantee of something that may or may not happen based on their ability or their the way that they address the issue. So if you give them a training course, for example, just like this course, I can't guarantee that you're going to go through this entire course. I can't guarantee that you're going to take the steps that I'm recommending in this course. All I can do is give you the course, and then it's up to you, you know, as the receiver of the course, to take the actions and to actually implement what you learn. So you don't want to provide a guarantee that someone is going to make a certain amount of money, or that they're going to get a certain amount or a certain result. But you want to paint that scenario that if you take these steps, these are some of the things that can happen that will improve your life. You know, if you take steps to build a budget and you stick to that budget, then these are some of the things that can improve in your life. So then you can lay out some of the things that could potentially, you know, improve if they create a budget. That's just an example. You know, creating a budget is one thing. Implementing that budget is something totally different. So that's why you don't want to give a guarantee, but you want to say, you know, these are the steps that you need to take in order to improve your finances. So hopefully that helps. So then last but not least, what format are you going to use for your lead magnet? Are you going to create a cheat sheet, a worksheet? Are you going to provide a tutorial? Maybe you're going to do a quiz or a survey. Maybe you'll do a mini video training. Maybe you'll do a one-on-one coaching session. You'll offer that for free, or a free review or evaluation. So I see a lot of people doing that now. They're doing reviews of blog sites or shops or whatever, and giving their input on how the blog or the shop or whatever can be improved. So these are just some of the things that you might want to think about before you actually sit down and go through the next video that walks you through how to create a lead magnet using Canva. So that is the next video in the training. I hope you got something out of this, and I will see you in the next video.